Today, we're making Spanish feel alive, moving, and happening right now. We're talking about the present progressive, the form for actions in progress, like am studying, is eating, are walking. In Spanish, the big idea is wonderfully simple. Estar plus the gerund. Think of it like this. Estar gives you the am, is, are part, and the gerund gives you the action word ending in ing. So, estoy estudiando means I am studying. Está comiendo means he or she is eating. Estamos caminando means we are walking. That's the core pattern. Estar plus ing. Estar plus action in motion. If something is happening right now, right in front of your eyes, this structure is your friend. Let's build it slowly and clearly. First, the forms of estar you'll use most. Estoy, estás, está, estamos, están. I am, you are, he or she is, we are, they are. And then the action word changes. For most AR verbs, you swap the AR for ando. Hablar becomes hablando, talking. Caminar becomes caminando, walking. Trabajar becomes trabajando, working. For most ER and IR verbs, you swap the ending for indo. Comer becomes comiendo, eating. Vivir becomes viviendo, living. So if you can remember one tiny formula, make it this. Estar plus ando or indo. That's the engine of today's lesson. Let's make it practical immediately. How do you say I am studying now? Estoy estudiando ahora. Estoy estudiando ahora. Good. Notice, ahora means now. Very useful little word. If you want to make the right now feeling stronger, ahora is perfect. How do you say she is eating in Spanish? Está comiendo. Está comiendo. Nice. And because Spanish often leaves out the subject, está comiendo can mean she is eating or he is eating, depending on context. The verb is doing a lot of the work for us. Here's a memory trick. Estar is like the stage light. The gerund is the actor. Without the stage light, the action is not clearly happening right now. Without the actor, well, you just have a spotlight and no show. Está comiendo. The light is on, the eating is in progress. Let's try another one. How do you say we are walking to the park in Spanish? Estamos caminando al parque. Estamos caminando al parque. Great. Al parque is a nice little shortcut in Spanish. A plus L becomes al. So to the park is al parque, not al parque. Tiny contraction, big usefulness. Now, a very important practical note. In English, you often say things like I'm studying this year or I'm working at a bank, even if it's more general. Spanish often prefers the simple present for regular or usual actions. So estudio español can mean I study Spanish or I am studying Spanish, depending on context. Trabajo en casa can mean I work at home. But if you really want to show the action is happening right now, visibly in progress, then the present progressive is perfect. Estoy estudiando ahora. Está trabajando en este momento. So today, picture a camera. If the camera can see the action happening now, estar plus gerund works beautifully. How do you say he is working at home in Spanish? Está trabajando en casa. Está trabajando en casa. Perfect. En casa means at home. Notice there's no article there. Not en la casa in this everyday meaning, but en casa. Let's build a few more. I am eating is estoy comiendo. You are walking is estás caminando. They are talking is están hablando. How do you say they are talking in Spanish? Están hablando. Están hablando. Excellent. Now let's keep it concrete with visible actions. Imagine a little scene. A woman is eating. A man is working. Two friends are walking. A student is studying. You're looking through a window at all of it. How do you say the student is studying in Spanish? El estudiante está estudiando. El estudiante está estudiando. Very good. And yes, estudiante can be male or female depending on context. Spanish likes efficiency. How do you say I am eating breakfast in Spanish? Estoy desayunando. Estoy desayunando. Nice. Desayunar means to eat breakfast, so Spanish wraps the breakfast idea right into the verb. Convenient, like a language with built-in pockets. Now a quick pattern check. Hablar becomes hablando. Comer becomes comiendo. Vivir becomes viviendo. Trabajar becomes trabajando. Estudiar becomes estudiando. Caminar becomes caminando. If the verb ends in R, your ears should expect ando. If it ends in er or ei, your ears should expect yendo. There are a few spelling and sound changes in some verbs, but for today we stay with the most useful, regular, concrete ones. That gives you a strong foundation fast. Let's practice hearing the difference between general and right now. Camino al trabajo means I walk to work, or I'm walking to work, depending on context. But estoy caminando al trabajo makes the in-progress meaning clearer. I am walking to work right now. Similarly, estudia español is general or current. Estoy estudiando español right now is more literally I am in the middle of studying Spanish. So if your goal is vivid, visible, happening now action, use a star plus gerund. How do you say we are eating now in Spanish? Estamos comiendo ahora. Estamos comiendo ahora. Good. How do you say you are walking in Spanish? Estás caminando. Estás caminando. Great. Let's talk about common mistakes, because avoiding a mistake is sometimes the fastest learning trick of all. First mistake, using ser instead of estar. Don't say es comiendo or son trabajando. For actions in progress, use estar. Está comiendo. Están trabajando. Second mistake, forgetting the second part. If you only say estoy, you've only said I am. You still need the action. Estoy estudiando. Estoy comiendo. Third mistake, mixing the endings. Comer does not become comerando. No superhero cape there. It becomes comiendo. Hablar becomes hablando. A good shortcut is AR goes with ando. ER and IR go with yendo. Fourth mistake, using the progressive for every present tense sentence. In Spanish, simple present is very common and natural. If you mean something habitual, simple present often sounds better. But if you want to show the action is happening right now, use the progressive. Now let's hear a short story. Just listen first. Ana está caminando al parque. Un hombre está trabajando en una cafetería. Dos niños están comiendo cerca de la fuente. Ana está estudiando para una clase importante. Sus amigos están hablando y riéndose en un banco. Todos están disfrutando la tarde. Now let's go line by line. Ana está caminando al parque. Ana is walking to the park. Un hombre está trabajando en una cafetería. A man is working in a cafe. Dos niños están comiendo cerca de la fuente. Two children are eating near the fountain. Ana está estudiando para una clase importante. Ana is studying for an important class. Sus amigos están hablando y riéndose en un banco. Her friends are talking and laughing on a bench. Todos están disfrutando la tarde. Everyone is enjoying the afternoon. Nice. Even if one sentence had a slightly newer form for you, your brain got the main message again and again. Está, están, action in progress. Let's return to your own speaking. How do you say I am walking now in Spanish? Estoy caminando ahora. Estoy caminando ahora. How do you say she is studying at home in Spanish? Está estudiando en casa. Está estudiando en casa. How do you say they are eating in the park in Spanish? Están comiendo en el parque. Están comiendo en el parque. How do you say we are working in Spanish? Estamos trabajando. Estamos trabajando. Excellent. You're not just hearing the pattern now, you're using it. Before we finish, here's a tiny recall trick. If you want to describe a photo, a video, or something you can point at right now, your mind can reach for estar plus gerund. What's happening in the photo? Una mujer está comiendo. What's happening outside? Unos niños están caminando. What am I doing right now? Estoy aprendiendo. Yes, you are. One last quick recap. The main idea is estar plus gerund for actions happening right now. Estoy estudiando. Está comiendo. Estamos caminando. R verbs usually become ando. ER and IR verbs usually become iendo. Use this form for clear action in progress, especially visible, concrete actions. But remember that Spanish often prefers the simple present for usual or general actions. So if it's a habit, simple present is often enough. If it's happening now, right before your eyes, bring in estar plus gerund. You did great today. Really, this is one of those structures that gives you instant speaking power because you can look around and describe life as it happens. Keep noticing real actions around you and say them in Spanish. Está caminando. Están comiendo. Estoy trabajando. Little by little, this will start to feel natural, and that's exactly the goal.